Okay, so who works for a company, maybe you or your boss, a little reluctant to get into social media, a little scared? Anybody? Okay, I see a few hands. I can promise you, well, with the possible exception of lawyers, that no one is more scared than the pharmaceutical industry. And there's a good reason for that. It's a highly regulated industry. You know those lovely drug ads you see on TV with a list of about a dozen really unpleasant side effects? Ever wonder why they tell you those? It's because the FDA requires it. It's the law. And the FDA has not yet decided what's okay to do on social media as far as pharmaceutical companies are concerned. So they're really slow to adopt. However, they are starting to decide, and I think in the next year they're going to get there, and the FDA is going to issue some guidance on what drug companies can and can't do with social media. What does that mean for the rest of the businesses? That means you guys have no more excuses. You can't say, well, we're in a highly regulated industry. It doesn't get any more highly regulated than pharmaceuticals. You can't say, well, we can't control the message. Of course you can't control the message. No one can, but people are out there talking about your products, whether you're involved in the conversation or not. It's best to get your message heard too. Another problem with pharmaceuticals and social media, I read this in a blog the other day. It was not my original idea, but somebody said, no one wants to friend Lipitor. Lipitor, if you don't know, hopefully you don't know what it is. It's a cholesterol-lowering medication, right? You can be a truly passionate fan of all kinds of things. I'm a passionate fan of Target, of all-clad pots and pans, of Sesame Street. Lipitor, not so much. If I have to take it, that's one thing, but I'm probably not going to be too happy about it. But do you want a reliable source for information about Lipitor? Maybe that's what people expect from pharmaceutical companies. We don't want more ads. We want more information about the reason we've got to take your products in the first place. And I think pharmaceutical companies who understand that are going to be the ones who get it right. And finally, just curious, did anybody download a swine flu application for your iPhone recently? Anybody? Well, you might be interested to know that there were more than 100 swine flu-related applications created for the iPhone. You could report your own outbreak. The way we get our healthcare information, it's changed. My mom, when I was little, she used to go straight to the big medical book on the shelf every time somebody had a sniffle of some sort. Now people go to the web. The statistic I saw recently, 60% of Americans go to the internet for healthcare advice. You don't go to your doctor first anymore. You go to Google or WebMD. And now social networks are changing that even more. It's evolving to, you go to your friends. I might not want to broadcast to all my friends what medical conditions I'm having, but if I wanted to find other people who have the same conditions and get some advice like, hey, what do I do when this happens? You can find that now thanks to social networks. If you have rare diseases or friends or family who have rare diseases, you can find other people in the world who have that. They might not be nearby, but at least you don't feel alone anymore. And I think there's a real power in social networks for healthcare that way.
Buttons. What would we do?